Yeah, I think Duke, as Pete Gillen used to say, Duke is on TV more than Leave It to Beaver reruns. So part of the reason we're going to see them on national TV again this week a couple of times, including, by the way, that is a Fox prime time game when they play Illinois up in New York City. So that's the 8 o'clock window on the main Fox channel. Part of that is Duke is Duke. Part of that is Cooper Flagg is Cooper Flagg. And I do hope to add some perspective beyond the intense coverage that this young man has received all season long. I thought we all got a little bit of an early glimpse on what Cooper Flagg was going to turn out to be last fall when Mike Krzyzewski himself, the retired Duke basketball coach, was so excited about Flagg's commitment to John Shire that Coach K forgot about NCAA rules temporarily and just goes over the top with his praise for Cooper Flagg as this rare talent with an unusual skill set. He mentioned that under the old rules, when high school players were still allowed to go straight to the NBA, Coach K said that Cooper Flagg would have been none and done, meaning never even arriving at Duke and just on to the NBA. In this case, of course, Flagg has this freshman season, and he's probably on his way to being that number one NBA pick after being a one and done guy in Durham. We also got a little bit of an early look into his world when the NBA players that Cooper Flagg competed with and against on Team USA last year raved about him as a guy who at that point was only 17 years old and holding his own against truly the best professional players that our country has to offer. Beyond that perspective, I want to remind folks that there is only one freshman in the history of the Atlantic Coast Conference who has ever won both ACC Player of the Year, which Cooper Flagg definitely will win, and National Player of the Year, which Cooper Flagg probably will win. The only freshman in ACC history ever to do that prior to now was Zion Williamson of the Blue Devils back in 2019. National Player of the Year as a freshman is looked at differently in the modern era than it once was, but I want to remind folks for perspective also that there are only three guys who have done it prior to maybe Cooper Flagg becoming that freshman who becomes this year's National Player of the Year. He would get my vote, and I do vote on some of those awards. But the other three names, the only three for now until Cooper Flagg maybe does it, Kevin Durant at Texas in 2007, Anthony Davis at Kentucky in 2012, and that Zion Williamson guy again in 2019.